Okay, I have made some videos about what most of us know as matrix. I've talked about matrix being the substance or the mud of control, which is holding the human brain in its smallness and has tapped the human soul into its lowest degree of evolution, and it's the substance that is holding us back from knowing really what the truth is on our earth, in our world, and who we are as humans, and why we're here, and what are we doing here. I used to call this substance or this mud matrix. And we have seen, most of us have seen the movie Matrix, that how we're being tapped into another reality and man-made artificial reality by these other forces, and we don't even know about it. So up to this point, I've been calling it Matrix, yet with the help of a very awesome sister who awakened me to the fact that it should not be called Matrix. It actually should be named PATRIX. So this is an introduction for myself and for all my friends and whoever would love to hear this into the world of PATRIX. In one of my videos about male, female, flat versus globe, Earth, I have talked about what has been done by the controlling powers of the world to put us into a world that the male is much more powerful, even in our globe or the model of the Earth that we have been presented with, and how that is an illusion, and how our world is a totally different type of world that we have been presented with. And all that info has been injected into religions, and basically for thousands and thousands of years we have been stuck in a masculine, disruptive, linear, combative patriarchy of war and destruction. And that's what happens whenever the balance of the world, the balance of what we're supposed to be, is gone. If you look at the yin and yang model of the world, is the black and the white having each other's seeds to complement each other. The day cannot be different from it cannot be separated from the night. The inside cannot be separated from the outside. And the female cannot be separated or lowered or shattered by the male. Yet, what has happened to the human civilizations over generations and generations is that the masculine force within all humanity, men and women, have overtaken all of us. And it has become very, very, very destructive. That masculine force is the one that is holding us in the deepest illusion of reality. Almost all that we know, almost all that we have learned to this point, when you wake up, you'll see they're lies. We have been in deepest lies and deepest illusions beyond our own imagination. And how could such a thing happen? How could such a thing happen? How could something that is really, really balanced at the beginning, all of a sudden one side becomes so huge and overpowering and shatters one side, and then that overpowering side just takes over the whole world? And once that happens, you know that there is an intention behind it. And that intention can never, never be constructive. It can never be good for the whole, because it's shattering the balance, it's shattering the working together forces. So it is never working with but working over and working over. It may look like that on the top, it is helping whoever is on the top and is destroying whoever is at the bottom, the owner and the slave mentality, yet it is hurting everything. It's hurting the owners, the top, and it's hurting the bottom. It's not right. It's imbalanced. It's off. It's distorted. It's an illusion. It's a delusion. It is sick. It is not right. It is time for us to wake up. Everything we know is a lie. How are we going to wake up from that? Everything we know is a lie. Every single reason to go to the war since the beginning of time has been a lie by the powers who have the control and their agenda and their propaganda and the brainwashing of the masses to do those kind of things. All the wars in the world, all the way we have built our civilizations, all the technologies we have created, they are one-sided, they're linear. They are not for the best of humanity or for life on earth. So here we are at this time, and we have to wake up to the reality of PATRIX. PATRIX is destructive. And actually, what we need is a true matrix to come up and come to help the PATRIX to wake up. And that matrix is the caring, feminine, wholehearted beauty of life that has been forgotten or systematically killed within all humanity. That's the part that needs to come on and become alive in us women or all the men. We are not separate. We are complementary forces. Yet this overtaken of patriarchy and the masculine not only has hurt all the men by circumcising them, by subduing them into being being people who cannot cry, being people who are held in their emotions, being people who cannot share their really true feelings, being people who are stuck in the lower body actions of porn and on earth, pedophile circles, selling children for their organs, keeping 10 million people in Africa hungry at this time, creating more and more wars, creating military out of ignorance to such a heavy duty level, and for the feminine inside of us to be so broken down and so dead in some levels, not to be able to wake up and come and help the PATRIX to wake up and to create that equal and amazing force of creation that meant to be for all of us as humans. And here we are. We have to face it. We have to face it. We cannot continue this way. Our history is a lie. Everything we have heard is a lie. Our history is a lie. Look into evolution. It's a lie. No species has turned into any other species. Look at it. Relativity is a lie. Big Bang is a lie. Most institutions of science are lies. NASA is a lie. And on and on and on. TV, all the major news formations are lies. And here we are. How are we going to wake up? And all of a sudden, we are again in another fake election all over the world, having to vote for the worst of us to control our societies. And here we are, everyone mesmerized by the Super Bowl, eating junk and GMO food the whole weekend while everyone is just gone with their soul into the Super Bowl. I mean, it's fine to have fun on this earth, yet to spend so much energy on that kind of things when most population pays no attention to the injustice and what's going on in our world? Well, I understand, of course. We are bombarded with negativity. We are bombarded with so much bullshit that none of us have any more room. We have no room to learn. And that's exactly what the human consciousness needs to come awakened with. We are very empowered people. We are not just a whole bunch of slave mentality, low-brained beings that are here to just rape and kill and do as much damage as possible and then leave the whole earth with pollution and delusions and waste beyond imagination. That's not what we are. We are complete reflections of the creative force that has created us. And the creative force that has created us is the force of goodness. But we have forgotten that because we are stuck in the PATRIX. We have forgotten that we are the heavenly beings. What we thought that we left or fell from heaven, and that's another connection. The woman went and bite on the apple, so it's her sin that we fell to earth. And then another illusion is made. It's the matrix that's controlling us. Again, pointing it to the female. It's all the female's fault. That's why we are so imbalanced. So you see, we have to do something about the matrix. No, the matrix, the real matrix, is the matrix of beauty and care that needs to wake up within all of us. And to start healing the over-exaggeration of the PATRIX. That needs to happen. The PATRIX is choking us all, is killing us. And we are in deep ignorance if we cannot see it. Social media, internet is available to us. All kinds of information is available to us. We can wake up if we choose to. Yet, the majority of the Earth's population have chosen to sleep, deep, deep sleep. And no one wants to hear anything about anything. Don't talk to me about chemtrails. Don't talk to me about vaccinations. Don't tell me that all the people who are the candidates for another election are pre-designed and fake. Yeah, we don't want to hear about the reality. We don't want to know that there's all kinds of programming going on in every single advertisement that we see on TV. And we are educating our children to this mass PATRIX control. And we are expecting for us to survive this and not to give wings to the darkness that we all are responsible for because we're giving into. It is time for us to wake up. There is no other way. We have to wake up by becoming our bigger selves and higher selves. We have to remember that we are gods in our bodies. If God has the power of creation, we have power of creation. Up to this point, we have created shit, excuse my language, on earth. And let's take responsibility. Let's wake up and say, look, that is enough. From now on, I want to delete all the shit, all the organizations of illusion and ignorance, anything that is superiority over anything else, any racism, any sexism, any maleducation, any standard education, any mass religious belief systems that are injected into us. We are going to come to the truth, to our real creative powers. And that is nothing but really choosing to become awake. We can be the awakened humanity and create a totally different outcome. Yet we have to give our souls and our bodies and our minds and our intentions to it 100%. There's no other way. Really, there is no other way. Our minds create our reality. And as long as our minds are staying in ignorance, ignorance rules. Let's give our minds and our souls to be awakened and conscious and join together in hundreds, millions to shift the PATRIX of control, to bring up the matrix of peace and healing, and marry that matrix into a functional PATRIX of consciousness working together to heal it all. It's time. Thank you.